Now, listen, you guys, it seems like the Breakfast Club is coming through with an exclusive about the Winnie Hallow and the Bongo 2 situation. And it is not looking good for Bongo 2 if it is actually true what they are alleging. Now, we're also going to be talking about Brooke Bailey coming through and basically gushing over her bestie, Nicki Minaj. And we're also going to be discussing about Nicki Minaj celebrating her win, as well as Doja Cat teasing an album. And at the same time, Bernise was out there, brought out at the Joe Budden podcast, and people are not feeling what she was alleging in that episode. And some are claiming, well, she was lying. Now, these are some of the things that we are going to be talking about in this video. Hello, tea lovers, and welcome to the tea blog. I trust you guys are doing well, and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great. You guys are doing extremely amazing. And without further ado, let us dive straight into today's team. So first of all, let us talk about this entire Bongo 2 situation. Well, you guys do know that a couple of days ago, Jason Lee came out with the tea that, well, somebody had told him that there was an altercation between Bongo 2 and Winnie Hallow at the Michael Rubin party. And he had said that he's waiting for a video from someone so that he can give us the receipts. But people are beginning to speak up about that entire situation. Now, DJ Mv, to begin with, yesterday on the Breakfast Club, opened up about one of his sources to saying that that was actually true, that there was a sort of altercation between those two. And Bongo 2 fans had already begun to say Winnie must have been the problem because, oh my God, she has an attitude. They had already put back on the sympathy wig on Bongo 2, only for it to come today that no, actually it is Bongo 2 who was coming for Winnie Hallow at that party. And according to what Jessie Larius is saying, she's saying that, well, the reason was back in the day when the case was still going on with Tory and Bongo 2, Winnie Hallow posted something about Tory Lanez, because you guys know that, of course, Winnie is Canadian, and I guess she was just standing besides her countrymen. So what we don't know is whether it had anything to do with the case or whether she was just basically posting the men. But you do know that Bongo 2 has got issues with anyone who shows Tory any kind of grace or who works with Tory. That becomes a problem. For some reason, Fraudulent Nation is convinced her that they run the entire industry and everybody's supposed to bow down to her. And this is where it gets interesting with her, because throughout her documentary she was painting herself to be this victim. Oh my God, she needs sympathy. And then in real life you're coming out here trying to say that you're Regina George. Oh my God, you're stepping up to people. So it gets interesting. Like, which one is it? Are you the one who's fragile, or are you the one who's stepping up to people? So according to the allegations, Winnie actually reached out to Bongo 2 to apologize, and Bongo 2 left her on red. And 4 years later, Bongo 2 is coming up to Winnie Hallow saying that, well, I will be your behind. Oh my goodness, this and that. And I guess that sort of explains why Cousin Sloth has been moving in an interesting way lately. I do believe that there is a lot that she probably saw during her time hanging with Bongo 2. You remember the other time that I said, you guys, there's something that I'm feeling around Cousin Sloth, okay? I'm feeling that, well, in as much as she has seen the side that Bongo 2 tries to show to the world, there's another side that Cousin Sloth probably saw. But anyway, let me just insert what Jessie Larius had to say, and then I will catch you after that.
Lee had said that Megan Thee Stallion and Winnie Harlow, they got into a fight. But our Lauren LaRosa from Brown Girl Grinding, she got an exclusive and got more details, and she said allegedly this all started because Winnie is Canadian, and she posted something about Tory Lanez on social media in the midst of the Meg and Tory shooting trial stuff, which Meg had an issue with immediately as soon as she saw it. I'm told that Winnie's alleged post, which we tried to go back and find it, but we couldn't, wasn't aimed to be against Megan, but she perceived it that way. And when Winnie had saw all the feedback from it, she deleted it. Lauren was also told that it was a short conversation where Meg had reached out to Winnie and Winnie apologized, but Megan left her on red after her apology. So she ain't like, I'm like, damn, why you reach out to me then? Damn, if you ain't gonna say nothing to my apology. So then fast forward, Ruben Party comes, and then Meg and Winnie allegedly gets into a verbal altercation, and Meg allegedly approached Winnie about the post, but tons of people broke it up before it actually became like a fight or whatever. So, and her person also who was there alleges that Meg was going off and yelling at her like, I beat your ass, So, and that's how it happened.
All because she posted something about Tory Lanez?
Yeah, and then you reached out to the girl. The girl said sorry because she didn't intend any, ill will against you. And then you left her on red.
What did she post? Like free Tory or Tory innocent or just?
We tried to go back and find it,
I don't know what
she deleted it once she got backlash from it. So yeah, but I didn't know that Winnie Harlow was
Canadian.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know
that. Jason Lee.
There you heard that, you guys. There you heard what Jace had to say. And personally, I do believe that she would be able to do something like that. Now, some people are asking in the comment sections that, well, was she drunk? Because we do know that, well, she has an issue with that. Because sometimes, I mean, when you let the liquor take control of your life, you may begin to act out of line. Imagine a party like that. There were a lot of people there. There were a lot of artists there. You're coming up there. You're causing mess. And somehow people are still like, oh my God, you deserve the sympathy, wear the wig. I'm like, the girl apologized. What else do you want from her? I do believe that in the next coming days, we will be hearing more about this actual situation. And I do believe that that post that Winnie posted is probably going to be brought up, okay? Because this is the internet and it does not forget, baby. Let me find out that it's a post where Winnie was posting a snippet of Tory Lanez music that had her acting some type of way like this. Anyway, the next thing that we are going to be talking about, we're going to talk about Brooke Bailey. Now, during an interview, she was asked about a relationship with Nicki Minaj. And when I tell you that she was cheesing very hard, you could tell that, well, there is mutual love, there is mutual respect there. And shout out to Miranda for bringing this to my attention. And I do agree with what you were saying, by the way, Miranda, that, well, she's one of the few people that are actually loyal to Nicki Minaj, that have been loyal to Nicki Minaj throughout the years, as compared to some of the people that she has been close with, like, the Judas the Grasses, the Lil Waynes and stuff like that. And I love to see her getting support, from people that have had actual interactions from her without wanting her to directly help their music career or stuff like that. So let me insert what Brooke had to say, and then I will catch you after that.
I love Nicki. So, gosh, let me tell you. So we were at a house party, like I can't even tell you how many years ago. It was a long time ago, and like in Hollywood. And we were drinking, and I was with my sister cousin Tyler and some other girlfriends, and it was over. So we're walking out. She's walking out in front of me, and she is, her security's around her, and I started screaming, hey, Nicki, you so fine, you blow my mind, ooh, Nicki, so she turns around and she give me a little smile, right. And it was just like a joke, and I had been drinking, it was fun, and I think she's beautiful. So then shortly after that, she did a post of me on social media. That's when people would do like WCW.
Right.
And so I think this is when the first time I was on Basketball Wives in 2012. And I was her WCW, and she was like, I like her voice, her swag, her I love Nicki. So, gosh, let me tell you.
Well, there you heard that, you guys. Now, the next thing that we are going to be talking about, still talking about Nicki Minaj. Now, you guys do know that, well, it came out that Nicki Minaj is out there still topping the charts, and that her album is still the highest selling female rap album in 2024, despite being released, last year in 2023. Nicki decided to react to that, and she's basically celebrating. And I'm like, listen, I do not blame you. I would also be excited if I were the one doing all sorts of things and people are really, trying to discredit your work. So once again, congratulations to her, and I love that she's celebrating this win. Speaking about music and people who actually do sell, I mean, Doja Cat didn't do much, but it's better than the other girlies. It seems like she's also teasing an album because on October 25th, she did tweet album, and her fans were speculating that that means another era is coming from her. And it seems like on top of that, she also decided to share what looks like an album track list. I do see titles of songs: Break My Heart, Take Me Dancing, Anything, Acts of Service. So obviously what people are asking is this going to be like a pop album, or is it going to be another rap album? That's where the question is with the people, and she hasn't teased any of those songs on that album, and she also hasn't told us what the next album is going to be, but rumor and word on the street is that it's going to be a pop album. Now, I do know that if she does put out a pop album, it will sell way better than Scarlett, because Scarlett, I feel like she did put in effort, but I don't know in as far as her reception in the female rap space is concerned. But yeah, a pop album would just be the perfect thing for Madlamini to do right now. And I cannot wait for that, okay? At least she's not going to be just like, my who, you know what I'm talking about. The next thing that we're going to be talking about, you guys, we're going to talk about Joe Budden, okay? People are not pleased by Joe Budden's recent guest at his podcast, Benise, okay? Because this woman came out and basically insinuated that she made 30,000 on her bed nights whilst bar attending, and people are calling this big cap. People are like, we are not believing that. Like, what are you even talking about? Even the top corporates don't even pay that much to the CEOs, and you're telling me that in one night you made 30k. And she even said that, well, on her birthdays she made something like 70k, and people are really going in. I did see a lot of chopped up snippets from that episode, and some people were also pointing out how she was struggling to define anything romantic outside of the monetary things, and she was seemingly justifying older men being with younger women, saying that, well, if a 50-year-old is with a 21-year-old, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And yeah, people are overly just not having it. So I just want you guys to listen to that and let me know what you think about that. Do you believe Bernise when she says that, well, she makes that much money? I'm just like, listen, I might as well just drop my job and go bartend. Because I also need that type of money, man. Who doesn't need that type of money? I mean, 30k a month. Let me do the quick math. But then 30k a day, I'm sorry. But then she said she only did that for one day. So I wouldn't do it for a day if I were him. If I were to get that type of a job and that type of money, I'll do it probably 4 nights a week. And it means that in 1 week I would make 120k, and in a month I would make 500,000 in a month, baby. Let me just insert you guys, and then I'll catch you after that.
Oh.
It's good money.
Oh, you bartended.
It's good money. I used to make one night. I only worked one Sunday a week, not every day. And I used to let me tell you my slow nights. My slow nights was only 30,000.
Was how much?
30,000
on a slow night.
I don't understand.
on a slow night.
What was a good night?
Ooh.
What was your best night?
Yeah.
Bernise,
My
get the fuck
best
off.
night,
Bernise.
my best night was my birthday. Every year, I only bartended for 3 years. I only said 3 years I was gonna be in here, start my clothing line, and I was out, buy my house, and do what I gotta do. And that's what I did. So, my birthday, when I say that everybody came and showed me love, and it's just not like just girls, like everybody, like I had the whole city came out and showed me love. It wasn't just everybody's just gonna go to my bar. No, it's not a thing that I made money. Everybody made money. The strippers made money. The bartenders.
But you made more.
You could say, but I feel like it wasn't a thing. It wasn't a thing that, okay, I'm having like, because it was a section that we had.
Right.
So we had like only six chairs. Because he was always there every Sunday. Blessed.
Free ass
He was
boy.
always there every Sunday. You know, he used to take turns, like throw 1,000 here, then next week throw another 1,000.
That's right.
You know,
Yeah.
but
Should change a little bit,
He was
right?
always great. Had one
that's my
drink.
dog.
He had one drink. You know, he was cool. It was great. You know, so we only had 6 chairs. So out of those 6 chairs, only 6 people could fit there. So for my birthday, it used to be like, I'm telling you, if you like Google and see the line that they used to have for me there, and it like I said, it never was because everybody wanted to date me. I used to say it straight up, like, listen, I'm in a relationship, because I was. I'm in a relationship.
Oh, brother.
I was in a relationship.
Man, what time though?
Huh?
What-
The whole time I
Starless
was.
time.
Jer-
She lived in
Jersey.
Connecticut?
No,
Jersey.
Oh, I remember.
he's from Jersey. Thank you.
Oh.
All in the business.
Yeah, so I was in a relationship. So basically, it was perfect. So I said, hey, you want to come and have a good time at my bar? You could bring your girlfriend. We could have a good time, throw money, and I'll make sure I give you the bottles for $250. The bottles cost $3. What you gonna? So I'm gonna hustle.
Right.
You don't gotta tip me. You don't gotta give me the tip right there. You tip me later down the line, like throwing money. So I was smart, you know. And I just built a relationship with the people in there.
So on your
you know?
birthdays, you made a little bit more than 30.
On my birthdays,
Yeah,
I
she
made
still ain't
like
giving
I
up.
made
Yeah.
like 60, 65, 70. Birthdays is, and I don't do too much. I used to be covered with a whole bodysuit on, covered. It
Yeah,
just-
but those bodysuits,
My-
you know what I mean? Like,
no,
do a
see,
lot.
it's different now.
They weren't baggy.
No, they would just fit it like a bodysuit like this, and just 1, 2, cute little step here and there, you know, and that's it.
And I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you.
What?
She's fucking.
Respectfully. Like, Bernise made the worst drinks.
Well,
Bernise,
you
yeah.
heard that, you guys. Now, the last thing that we're going to be talking about, we're going to talk about Akademiks and him advocating for free speech, for independence when it comes to media platforms and stuff like that. And I've got to say that, listen, lately Akademiks has really been very mature. He's been spitting facts. He's been slowly earning my respect, honestly. He really is beginning to speak like a true mogul, and I love to see that. He also revealed that, well, Charlemagne the God wanted him to be under him, and he's like, I'm not for that space anymore because I don't want to be apologizing for what I've got, what I got to say on my streams and lives, and I do get where he's coming from. So I want you guys to listen to what Ak had to say, and let me know if, like me, you're also noticing a huge growth, or maybe it's, I would think that maybe it always has been there, but sometimes, when there is a lot of mess, people may miss your moments where you drop your wisdom nuggets, because people are just like, they click on the video, they hear miss, and they hear you disrespecting the greatest female rapper of all time, and they click off before they get to hear your wisdom. But anyway, let me just insert that, you guys, and I do not think that after that I will be coming back. So that being said, thank you very much, you guys, for watching, and thank you very much for making it this far. If you have not already, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button and you turn on the notification bell. Bye.
Why didn't you take a stance on this? And I think we understand the reason why, right? Like, I look at myself. I'm right now, I feel I'm the most freest I've ever been. Like, my agent called me up, bro. And my agent was just like, we have a few deals. First of all, they did a whole conversation. I'm sorry if I'm spilling. Be telling shit. They did a whole conversation with Black Effect and it's iHeart, it's Charlemagne's joint. They got a whole joint with Sirius. And like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like my agent and my lawyer was having a hard time getting me on the phone. I didn't have the heart to tell him, like, yo, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, I don't want to get back with like a big company right now. I'm not saying always. And I'm one of the guys who, media-wise, has led that. Bro, especially even how I've been attacked recently, I've never been happier to be independent. And let me tell you what independence means. Independence for me means, like, for example, and I'm being very honest. I've been with Spotify, Complex. I've had all these whatever deals you think I've had. The money I made with Complex or Spotify, I make the same amount independently. right? Might just have to do a little bit more, but I make the same amount. Like there's no like, oh my God, Spotify isn't here. Like it's just, I've been completely fine. One of the reasons why I haven't gotten back with any company is that I don't want to ever get on a call and ever have to hear some woke tell me some shit that he's concerned about, that the PR team done told him. I don't got time for that. That's the biggest thing with freedom. Now, what that comes with is that when I tell people I support Donald Trump, or it could be anybody, if you don't like it, just don't watch. Peace out. It's a very freeing experience and a thing for me. Sirius can't pay me enough, nor iHeart would pay me enough to go sit there and walk on eggshells. I always told y'all when I was with Complex and I had to apologize for certain shit, like it. And I said, why the f am I even doing this? And I realized I'm way better off by myself. But I say that with saying I understand the landscape of things. And I understand why people don't speak up. I understand if you're Drewski, you shouldn't speak on politics. I understand if you're certain of these guys that a lot of what you do is kind of backed by the establishment. Why rock the boat? Either way. Think about Taylor Swift. Even Taylor Swift. Bro, Taylor Swift came out when she thought there was an advantage for Kamala. You know what Taylor Swift said? Yo, I'm going with Kamala, or I'm with the Democrats. She started seeing shit good. You ain't see her since. Because politics is really a divisive thing. And I guess I'm saying, I take a long way to say this small point. Free speech isn't you saying, oh, you like Trump and you being able to do your show. That's not free speech. Free speech is you not getting locked up. If I want to give my opinion about politics and you want to take away your subscription away from me, that's fine. That's within your right. That's not called free speech. And I guess that's what I would say to Waka. You made the decision to talk about Trump. If you know that you're, put it like this. If my base was a bunch of black women, and I care about my pockets, I would not be saying nothing about Trump. I would say I only care about my pockets, right? I just feel I have a very multifaceted, independent audience that don't agree with me on everything. So even if they all like Biden or like whoever else, and I say I like Trump, they could be like, all right, Ak, you tweaking, but we so. And I like that. I like those people. That's my crew. That's my crew. They don't agree with me on everything. But if I say one thing that they don't agree with, they're not like, yo, we're running for the hills and canceling, and we're not gonna watch you again. You get what I'm saying? Like I watch these outlets talk about them giving their support for either side. And they're like, oh my God, they start getting emails and they start losing opportunities. And I'm like, for me, I'm not mad at it either or. I think the liquor store owner did the right thing. That's not free speech. Yo, they catering to the people that don't like Trump. You shouldn't speak out about Trump if you need to go to those areas that the people at that liquor store Trump. So I don't have a problem with it being canceled, honestly. You get what I'm saying? And maybe I'm a little bit too jaded in the fact that I understand that when people have a difference of opinion with you about certain sensitive topics, for example, politics, for example, religion, that might have to do, they might not want to do whatever. You get what I'm saying? It is what it is. But this is why, I encourage everybody to have a level of freedom and independence where hopefully the audience you're curating understands that they might not agree. It's not about agreeing with you on everything, but if they like you for who you are, they'll still support you. Like I was just talking to a creator. They were talking about, and I know this is a little bit separate, but I'll bring it in.